Hey guys, how are you? Steve here again from SLB Fitness. Now, a moment ago, or in my last video, I was talking to you about knee stability, ankle flexibility, some of the benefits this is going to have for squats, deadlifts, and just preventing knee pain. I talked about sort of hamstring flexibility, and I just wanted to talk to you about flexibility in general. And one of the questions I get asked quite a lot is, how much flexibility do I need? Well, the answer is it all depends on what you want to do. Now, you don't necessarily need to be like Jean-Claude Van Damme and be able to do the splits, but you certainly need enough flexibility and mobility to be able to do certain movements in in a functional way without actually putting too much pressure onto other joints, because you haven't got the enough flexibility or mobility in the correct joints. Now, that's obviously going to depend on you as an individual. Some people might have very tight hip flexors, some people may have very tight glutes or hamstrings. One area that a lot of people are very tight is through their chest. I'm going to talk about that a bit more specifically in another video. But actually, just flexibility in general, how to get more flexible, and a good approach. Well, one of the best approaches is yoga. Yes, it's not necessarily specific to you, and obviously if you need specific stretches for certain areas of your body, you need to establish where those areas are and then find the relative stretches to do. But yoga is a really good way of developing all-round flexibility. Now, if you don't want to go to a yoga class and you just want to start stretching, how do you go about stretching? Well, most people know a stretch or a few stretches, but one of the things that is very important to talk about is how you stretch. And what I mean by that is that you see a lot of people, they'll do a stretch and they'll go to their end range of movement and their face, they're grimacing, they're sweating, they look in pain, the muscles shaking away. And to be perfectly honest with you, this is going to actually cause you to tighten up. So it doesn't matter really right now what stretch we're talking about, whether it be a laying hamstring stretch, a 90-90 stretch, doesn't matter. You need to do it in a very calm way, in a relaxed state. It might be a case that at the end of your gym session, you allow yourself 15 minutes just to lay down on the mat, let your body calm down, and then start stretching. And how long do you stretch for? Well, there's all these different times out there. People say that when you're warming up, you need to do about 12 seconds. When you're cooling down, it should be around 30 seconds. And when you look into where these figures come from, it's quite hard to kind of work out exactly why they pulled 30 seconds out, of their hat and said that's appropriate for a cool down stretch or a developmental stretch. So how long do you stretch for? Well, to be perfectly honest, as long as you want to, as long as your body's in a relaxed state. The important thing is that you ease into a stretch, that you're not trying to take it to its end range and allow it to start shaking, because you're probably going to allow it you're probably going to make it tighten up. And there are some fantastic tools out there like P&F stretching that people do, and a few other different developmental stretches. But to be perfectly honest with you, you're going to get as good a results providing you just settle into a stretch, relax into it, and breathe into the area that you're trying to stretch. So what do I mean by breathing into the area? Well, a lot of people think this is a little bit wishy-washy, but when you're doing a stretch, just try and close your eyes. You can obviously feel the area that you're stretching, and hey, you know the area that you're stretching, but try and visualize it. Try and take deep breaths, really long breaths. Breathing in through your nose and breathing slowly out through your mouth. There's no need to rush it. If you're breathing fast, you're probably overstimulating your body. And just ease into the stretch. You may spend 3 minutes there. I've spent 5 minutes in a stretch. I'm not trying to get ultra flexible, but I tell you what, before I go to bed, if I do that, I'll sleep far better as well. relaxes my nervous system. But going off onto a tangent now. So, how long to stretch for? I can't give you a number, okay? But what I can say, 30 seconds probably is not going to cuss it. And probably if you're doing a very intense stretch and the muscles wanting to tighten up, you're not doing yourself any favours. So first question to ask yourself is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you can feel the stretch, 10 being it's really intense, you can't take it any further. Believe it or not, you probably want to be around about 4 or 5. Just, you can feel it, it's not too uncomfortable, and you just ease into it. And what you'll find is probably after spending 45 seconds, 60 seconds in that stretch, taking long deep breaths, you're about to move further into it, while not necessarily increasing that intensity, still probably staying around a 5 or 6. And then, you may stay there a little bit longer. You may be able to go a little bit further. So this is a very appropriate way of stretching. Now, it's not always time effective. If you're at the gym, let's say you've only got 45 minutes, you want to be in and out of the gym, and you want to spend 10, 15 minutes having a good, thorough stretch. Well, this is where, when you're at home, spending time at night stretching, doesn't matter if you necessarily stretch straight after training, providing you stretch at some point, okay? You can have a gentle stretch to the gym, maybe not for very long, but just enough to help calm your body down and cool it down. But then when you get home again, just ease into a stretch when you've got time. Maybe there is a show that you want to watch. There's a podcast that you want to listen to. Yeah, it's not a problem. You can put your headphones in, or you can get a comfortable mat, put it down in front of the TV. All right, there's going to be some positions that you may end up in that you can't necessarily see the program, but all right, it's only a few minutes. And just by spending that time at night, you're going to really find that your body's going to calm down and you're going to improve your flexibility, okay? Have a great day, guys. I hope that's been informative for you. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.